members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. It is my honor and pleasure to stand before you today as we gather for the annual general meeting of the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe. Let me extend my gratitude to the esteemed members of the authority for the tireless efforts in safeguarding public and animal health. Within our nation, as we make strides towards the attainment of an empowered and prosperous upper middle income society by 2030. But more importantly, we are looking at our vision, but we are also looking at the health of our citizenry. For us to achieve this Vision 2030, as espoused by His Excellency the President, we need a healthy citizenry, healthy people, who will then be able to work and build the Zimbabwe that we all want. And build the Zimbabwe that will achieve this Vision 2030. And for this society to be healthy, as I was saying during the briefing I had, we start from the embryo of a child right up to the born child as he or she grows up, and all the way to the time that we depart this world. But if we are talking now of that longevity, the person has to be nourished not by food alone, but to be prevented from all the diseases that we know and that are to come we don't know. Some we see them. If somebody takes wrong food and he has to be treated, that we can see. Somebody is injured, we can see. But the other diseases caused by bacteria which maybe we can't see with our naked eye, viruses which we can't see by our naked eyes except with the appropriate equipment. All that requires medicines, drugs to address. And it is the anchors that must make sure that the public, our people, are safeguarded. They are taking the correct medicines to fight those different diseases. So we can only achieve our vision when we have a healthy society. As we gather for this annual meeting, I encourage all stakeholders present today to actively engage in discussions, share valuable perspectives, and contribute to the fruitful outcome of this meeting. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am glad to note that the Medicine Control Authority of Zimbabwe has forged cooperation with other medicine regulators, both regionally and internationally. To that end, the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Arabic Republic of Egypt entered into a partnership aimed at enhancing bilateral cooperation and maximizing shared benefits in pharmaceuticals, biological products, and medical devices sectors in May this year. This partnership was formalized through a memorandum of understanding between the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe and Egypt Drugs Authority that builds upon strong historical and friendly relations between the two countries. This is evidence that the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe plays a critical part in protecting the health and well-being of our citizens. The authority's unwavering commitment to ensuring the safety, efficacy, and quality of medicines available in our country is truly commendable. The authority also welcomed delegations from the Malawi's Farmers and Medicines Regulatory Authority and the Rwandan Food and Drug Authority for study tours of its quality management systems. The opportunity to host these delegations is a testament to the growing recognition of the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe's expertise in ensuring quality standards in pharmaceuticals on the African continent. Indeed, the partnerships established by the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe, such as the one with the Egyptian Drug Authority and the Rwandan Food and Drug Authority, among others, exemplify the commitment to cooperation and the exchange of best practices. By sharing knowledge and experiences, we can collectively enhance the regulatory oversight and ensure the safety and efficacy of medicines in our respective countries. You might be aware that by now we have agreements with more than 5 countries to start using our own trees and grass and animals to produce medicines, which will start by producing traditional medicines and graduating them to modern medicines. We have now agreements with China, India, Iran, Egypt, and Cuba. And we are going to work with these bodies in those countries to develop and use our professionals here and expertise from our traditional practitioners right up to our professionals and those who are herbalists who know the different uses of our plants in the country to start to develop our own medicines. This will now make Zimbabwe a center for pharmaceutical products. And that we are going to achieve it in our Vision 2030. I am aware that the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe is geared to attain the World Health Organization Global Benchmarking Tool, Maturity Level 3. I challenge you to achieve this important goal by the end of this year. The Global Benchmarking Tool is designed to benchmark the regulatory programs in a variety of product types, including medicines, vaccines, blood products, and medical devices. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you may recall that a team of World Health Organization assessors were in the country in early May this year to assess the regulator. After the assessment, the Medical Control Authority of Zimbabwe was granted maturity level 2 with some recommendations to implement. It is only after the implementation of those recommendations that the country will attain maturity level 3. I am informed that the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe and the World Health Organization have been in constant communication as the authority works towards meeting the World Health Organization's recommendations. It is my hope that after this exercise, the country will be granted the maturity level 3. Maturity level 3 confirms a stable, well-functioning and integrated system is in place, and the government stands ready to work with the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe to make this a reality. I assured the Director General, Dr. Tedros, when I was in Geneva, that this is going to be achieved. And we want the board is chaired by Dr. Chiwenga and the MCAS General, the Director General, Richard Rupata, and your team to roll your sleeves that we achieve this. Failure is not an option. We need this. In light of the changing landscape of the pharmaceutical industry, I urge the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe to adopt and embrace innovative approaches in regulating medicines to ensure the safety and efficacy of medicines. The Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe has to accelerate their strategic goal to fully automate all systems by 2026. Let's think outside the box and see what we can do as Zimbabweans. But come 2026, we must have achieved our strategic goal. In addition to your vital role in protecting human health, I am pleased to note that the authority has also taken significant strides in safeguarding animal health. Your efforts in regulating veterinary medicines have contributed immensely to preventing disease outbreaks among our livestock population. This not only protects our farmers' livelihoods, but also ensures a safe food supply for all Zimbabweans. Government expects the Medicine Control Authority of Zimbabwe to take a leading role in addressing contemporary challenges facing the country. It is now common cause that drug and substance abuse has become a pandemic in our country, and we continue to lose a generation to this menace. The Medical Control Authority of Zimbabwe has been incorporated into the Technical Committee of the National Drug and Substance Abuse Committee. This committee was tasked with formulating and implementing strategies to combat drug and substance abuse. In this regard, the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe is expected to use its expertise to guide the nation in this fight. This is an important area. We cannot have those drugs which cause harm to our people and end our people now, young, I'm talking of the young generation, the youth, engulfed into this substance abuse. We have to guard. These drugs cannot just come in willy-nilly into our country without any control. We have to control such drugs. And anyone then found to be abusing their facilities and giving people such drugs which will cause harm to their health, we will have to take stern measures against them. They have to go behind bars. We can't allow this to continue. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, government exhorts the Medical Control Authority of Zimbabwe to revoke licenses for errand health professionals who continue to flout pharmaceutical laws, regulations, and guidelines. I encourage the authority to continue its robust efforts towards combating these illicit practices. Efforts should be directed towards raising awareness, strengthening law enforcement, and implementing stringent measures to safeguarding the integrity of our health care systems. The Second Republic remains committed to strengthening the pharmaceutical supply chain management system, increasing local production of essential medicines, and enhancing regulatory oversight of medical products. It also emphasizes the importance of ensuring affordability and availability of medicines for all Zimbabweans, particularly those in rural areas and vulnerable populations, and the Medical Control Authority of Zimbabwe plays a critical role in this regard. As I conclude my remarks, let me commend the board, management and staff of the Medicines Control Authority of Zimbabwe for organizing this meeting. Let us continue working together towards a brighter future, where access to safe and effective medicines remains our top priority. As I said earlier on in my opening remarks, we must all now roll our sleeves and build the Zimbabwe that we all want. And you, in the medicines area, you, our professionals, you make our citizenry healthy and strong. And when they are strong, nothing is impossible. We will have a health population and we will build our country. I thank you.